So first basic here is pairs of lines. It can be of two types, of which first type is intersecting lines. What is this? Intersecting, the lines that meet at a point, only one point. Lines that meet at a point. So here look, this is AB line and this is CD line. AB line and CD line intersects here at point O. Okay, these are intersecting only just at one point. And what is the second point? Second part is parallel lines. That never meet at a point. They never intersect, that is, they never cut each other or meet at a point. They never meet at a point. They never meet at a point or intersect each other. Okay, this means, like, this is a line AB and this is a line CD. If we extend each of these lines in both the directions, we see that they always go straight and this goes straight, but they never come to a way that they will meet each other. Okay, this is a parallel line, means AB is parallel. This is a symbol for parallel to CD. Okay, this is symbol for parallel. Okay, if the lines are this way, if you see, they don't meet, but are they parallel? No, they are not parallel. Look, line means that can be extended in both the direction. So if we extend them, yeah, they meet at a point. They will definitely meet at a point. But here if we extend them, they will never meet at a point. They will, as much as we extend, they will never meet at a point, either on the left side or on the right side. So in the same way, here if we extend them on the right side as well as left side, you can extend it here as well. But if we see, these will meet at a point, this will not, means they are intersecting at a point. That means they are not parallel. Okay, these are not parallel. Okay, so moving forward, we have a concept based transversal. What is this? Transversal. It is a line that intersects, a single line that intersects both the parallel lines. Means there are two parallel lines going. Look, they are going, this is MN, this is XY. They never meet each other, so these are parallel lines. Means MN is parallel to XY, and we have a line that is cutting both of them. This is transversal. Okay, so we have a few properties based on this. Properties based on parallel lines with a transversal. Okay. Good morning, class. So here we are to see a properties based on parallel lines with a transversal. Look, AB is parallel to CD here, and PQ is a transversal. Okay, PQ is a transversal here, and AB and CD are the parallel lines. So we have to see the properties based on it. What are the properties? Like in this figure, this is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7 and angle 8. So we are here to start with the first property. The first property here is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. So for this corresponding angles, what we need to know, that angles that lie on same side of two parallel lines. Angles that lie on the same side of the two parallel lines. Okay. Two parallel lines. Look here, that is same side means above oblique below, either above or below. Okay, here if we see, angle 1 lies on the left side of parallel line AB and above part, and here angle 5 lies on the parallel line CD on the right side and above. Okay, on the right side and above, and on the right side and above and below, and right side oblique left side. Okay, look, angle 1 and angle 5, angle 1 and angle 5, these are corresponding angles, angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 2 and angle 6, angle 2 and angle 6, look, they lie on the right side of parallel line of this transversal and on the above part of parallel line AB and CD. Angle 6 is above CD, angle 2 is above AB. Okay, and here angle 2 and angle 6 are on the right side of the transversal, that is angle 2 and angle 6 are the corresponding angles. Here angle 4 and 8, they lie on the left side of the transversal. Angle 4 and 8 both lie on the left side and both are below the parallel lines. So angle 4 and angle 8 are transversals. Angle 3 and angle 7 are the corresponding angles. They lie on the right side and on the below part, 3 and 7. So all these corresponding angles are equal. Like if angle 1 is 30 degree, then angle 5 is also 30 degree. If angle 2 is 150 degree, angle 6 is also 150 degree. Angle 3 is 30 degree, then angle 7 is also 30 degree. Angle 4 is 150 degree, angle 7 is also 130 degree, 150 degree. Okay, means 4 is equals to 8, 3 is equals to 7, 2 is equals to 6, 1 equals to 5. We will do some questions based on it. Don't you worry if you haven't understand it yet. We will be doing further questions based on it. You will definitely get to know. So our next concept here is alternate angles. What does alternate angle means? You just have to see Z, either this way, either this way, either this way, or this way, or this way or this way. It should be forming a Z, and here these two lines are parallel. Got my point? These two lines are parallel. Okay, look here, AB is parallel to CD and PQ is transversal. Okay, so how do we see alternate angles? It is a very simple thing. Look here, if we see this is forming a Z. Okay, this is forming a Z, and in between Z the angles lying between the Z. Here this and this. Here angle 4 and 6. These are coming inside a Z. Angle 4 and angle 6. Here if we see this, look, this is forming a Z. It is the opposite one, this one. Okay, but look, this is a Z. Okay, and angles between Z are 3 and 5. If we are forming this Z, so these are the angles. If in 4 and 6 the Z was this, so these are the angles. So here this angle was 4 and this angle was 6. So the second Z was 3 and 5. Angle 3, angle 5. So angle 4 and angle 6, here angle 4 and angle 6 are equal. Angle 3 and angle 5 have equal values. If angle 3 is 30 degree, then angle 5 will also be 30 degree. If angle 4 is 150 degree, then angle 6 is also 150 degree. These are alternate angles. We can say them directly. Okay, these are alternate angles. Moving forward, our third concept is vertically opposite. We had gone through this in the previous exercise also. Vertically opposite angles. What are they actually? When two lines intersect each other, the angles that lie opposite to each other, and they have a different arms. This has this arm and this arm, this arm and this arm. No arm is common of the angle. So these are equal angles. This angle is equal to this and this is equals to this. Here angle 1 and angle 3 are vertically opposite. Angle 2 and angle 4 are opposite. Angle 1, angle 3 are opposite. Angle 2, angle 4 are opposite. Angle 5, angle 7, angle 6 and angle 8. These are equal. We can say them directly, equal. Okay. What is the next concept? Next is linear pair. What actually is linear pair? Linear pair was angles on the same line. Angles on straight line. Angles on straight line. Okay, look, these are the two angles that are formed on this straight line. So sum of these two angles is always 180 degree. As an angle on straight line, straight angle is 180 degree, and these two angles are formed on the straight line, so these angles are 180 degree. Sum of these angles are 180 degree. Here we have a straight line AB and 1 and angle 2 is on it. So angle 1 plus angle 2 is 180 degree. Or angle, if we see like this, PQ is a straight line and angle 2 and angle 3 lie on this same point on the same straight line. Okay, so angle 2 and angle 3 is also a linear pair or an angle on straight line. Look, this is a straight line going this, and angle 2 and angle 3 are formed on this point on this straight line, and they are formed on straight line. So angle 2 plus angle 3 is angle 2 plus angle 3 is also 180 degree. Here angle 1 plus angle 4 is also 180 degree. Angle 4 plus angle 3. Look, AB is a straight line and 3 and 4 are formed on the same point on the same straight line. Through the same point on the same straight line, so angle 4 and angle 3 are linear pairs, that is angle on straight line. Their sum is 180 degree. Further, here angle 5 plus angle 6 equals to 180 degree. Angle 6 plus angle 7 equals to 180 degree. Angle 7 plus angle 8 equals to 180 degree. How are they? Look, angle 7 and 8 are formed on this straight line through the same point. They form on the same straight line and through the same point, so they are linear pairs. Here angle 6 and angle 7 are formed on the same straight line through the different on the same point on the same straight line, so they are linear pairs. Okay, and angle 8 plus angle 5 equals to 180 degree. Okay, our last concept here is co-interior angles. What are co-interior angles? Say like we have a set of parallel lines L and M. Here this is P transversal, L is parallel to M, okay, and P is transversal. So co-interior angle means angles on the interior part between two parallel lines. Angles on the interior part between two parallel lines. Here if we see 3 and 6 on the interior part are on the interior part between the same parallel lines. Look, see this. These are formed between these two parallel lines and they lie interior to both the parallel lines. This is inside and this is inside. They lie interior to both the lines and cutted by the same transversal. So angle 3 plus angle 6 is 180 degree. Look here, these and these are co-interior, this and this are co-interior. They lie on the same parallel line cutted by the same transversal. Look, this is a same straight transversal. This transversal isn't divided into two parts. This is a same straight transversal. Okay, and here 4 and 5. Angle 4 plus angle 5 is equals to 180 degree. Just remember this property. This is a very important property. Okay. Good morning class. Here L is parallel to M, P is parallel to Q, and we are given this 75 degree and we have to find all other angles here. Okay. This is a simple thing, like we had gone through such figure before. Here it was a such figure, so we will calculate this part. If we go for this angle, name it 1. Okay, angle 1 plus angle 75 will be equals to 180. How? Angles on straight line. I told you this property before. Angles on straight line. This is a straight line and these two angles are formed on the same straight line. Okay, so this angle 75 plus angle 1 equals to 180 degree. So angle 1 will be equals to 180 minus 75 degree that will be equals to 105 degree. So angle 1 was here 105 degree. This is angle 2. Angle 2 is equals to 75 degree. How? This is vertically opposite. Yeah, I told you before, vertically opposite here was this way. If two lines are intersecting, then angle opposite to each other. Here these two lines are intersecting each other, these are opposite to each other. And angle 3 is equals to 105 degree. How? This is also vertically opposite angles. This and this are vertically opposite. This is angle 4. Angle 4 is equals to 75 degree. How? Look, I have told you the first property was corresponding angle. Angle 1 was equals to angle 5, 4 equals to 8. Angle 1 equals to angle 5, angle 4 equals to angle 8. Means angle on the same side at left and right, angle on the right side, angle on the left side of the transversal and above the parallel lines. So angle 1 equals to angle 5 here. This and this lies on the left side of the transversal L, and they lie on the same side of the parallel line, that is above and above. So angle 4 equals to 75 degree. Okay, this is angle 5. Angle 5 is equals to 105 degree. They both are corresponding angles. Look, this and this are lie on the right side and on the above part of the parallel lines. Okay, we have done up to question number 5. So here question 6, 7. Angle 6 equals to angle 4. How? Angle 6 equals to angle 4. How? This is vertically opposite. And angle 6 can also be equals to angle 2. How? These are angle 2 lie on the down part of the two parallel lines and on the same side of the transversal. So angle 2 equals to angle 6. So angle 2 and 6 are also equal. Here, so what was angle 2? Angle 2 was 75 degree. So angle 6 is also 75 degree. Angle 4 is also 75 degree. Okay. What my point? Here, angle 4 can also be written equals to angle 2. This is forming a Z here. Look, this is a Z here. And this is also Z here. So angle 3 equals to angle 5 also. Okay. This is equals to angle 3 also. How? Alternate angles. Okay. So angle 6 equals to 75 degree. So angle 7 is corresponding to angle 3 and angle 7 is vertically opposite to angle 5. Anything you want to take. Angle 7 is equals to angle 5, vertically opposite angles, or angle 7 is equals to angle 3. This is corresponding. In both the ways, angle 3 and angle 5. Angle 3 and angle 5 both are 105 degrees. So angle 7 equals to 105 degree. Okay. Now we have to calculate this. Angle 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. These angles also. Look, if we see the figure this way, L and M are parallel lines. So angle 8 equals to angle 75 degree. 8 is 75. How? Corresponding angles. Yes or no? Angle 8 equals to angle 75, or angle 8 equals to angle 2. How? alternate angles. Here angle 8 equals to angle 2. This is forming a Z here. So these are alternate angle. So angle 8 will be equals to 75 degree, as angle 2 was here 75 degree, or angle 8 can also be written as 75 degree directly. This equals to this by corresponding. The way you find easy, both the ways can be taken. So angle 8 was 75 degree, and here angle 1 and angle 9 are equal. Angle 9 equals to angle 1. Look, angle 1 equals to angle 9. How? These are corresponding angles. These two lines are parallel and they lie on the same transversal on the below part of the parallel lines. Yes or no? So angle 1 equals to angle 9. That is 105 degree. Okay. So in the same way, angle 11 equals to angle 9 equals to 105 degree. How? Vertically opposite angles. Angle 10 equals to angle 8. This is vertically 75 degree. This is vertically opposite angles. Angle 13 equals to angle 9. This is corresponding. Okay. So angle 13 came out to be angle 9. Angle 9 is 105 degree. So angle 12 equals to angle 8 equals to angle 10. Angle 12 is equals to angle 8 by corresponding. Angle 12 is equals to angle 10 by alternate angles. This is corresponding, and angle 12 equals to angle 10. This is alternate. Okay. What was angle 10? Angle 10 was 75 degree. Angle 14 equals to angle 12. Vertically opposite angles. That is 75 degree. Angle 15 is equals to angle 13. And angle 13 here is 105 degree by vertically opposite angles.